and see how things unwind, but it is looking rough. Okay, right now as I look across the field, I've got Hot, then I've got American Express, Island Runner is there, Lethal Weapon, Gold Rush, and Predator on the far outside. We've got the green flag and we are racing. That's Island Runner and Lethal Weapon going out to the early lead. That's Warrior coming up for the challenge. Warrior going by Island Runner and Lethal Weapon. And that's Predator on the far outside, staying with his packs. So we've got Island Runner, Lethal Weapon, Predator, and Warrior, who's unofficially taking the quick lead. Very clean start. That's Lethal Weapon in the middle of your picture. Predator is on the outside of Lethal Weapon, Island Runner in the center of your picture, and Warrior is the lead, taking the lead over all competitors at the present time. They have a great day of racing. They've been raring to go all week. He's got a lot of fans here behind him right now. So now that they're racing, Kerbeck would love to put on a good performance for the hometown crowd in Atlantic City. From Atlantic City and the World Championships, it's Frank Kerbeck's Island Runner. Now we come up on D15, the yellow boat known as Predator. There's a 41-foot Apache powered by twin Stotler inboards, 800 horsepower piece. And on the outside of Predator, that is Island Runner. We're running in the early morning and we are looking into the sun, which does present some of the darker lighting conditions. We apologize for that, but there's nothing we can do about that condition. But the story right now is the racing. These Stotler motors are really doing the job. Island Runner on the outside, Predator on the inside. The Predator race team is owned by Ed Toth from Racer Toth. His son is the driver. Your navigator is Lindsay Peary from New Jersey, and Helen Toth, the wife, is the head crew member of this team. They'd like to extend a special thanks to the sponsors, Rex Hyde Automotive and Fram Bendix, who have done a great job. That's Lucky Strike on the inside, followed by Little Caesar, Don Johnson's Team USA on the inside of him, and Tom Gentry and Charlie Marks in Gentry's Turbo Eagle on the outside. And we've got the green flag right away. We've come out of the milling area, we've got the green flag, and we are moving very quickly right now. We've got a very clean start. Lucky Strike, Little Caesars, Team USA right out there. Gentry Turbo Eagle going out also. And right there, we have Lucky Strike. And KC Aerospace, that white boat you just saw in your picture behind them. But Little Caesars, Don Johnson's USA, Gentry Turbo Eagle going right out. KC Aerospace is also right there, going up behind some of the other boats. Lucky Strike is on the inside. KC Aerospace right there in your picture on the far outside of Lucky Strike. Very good start here in the Pro Superboat class. And here we have boat number 45, the Lucky Strike race team. It is a 47-foot deep V-hull Apache race boat powered by three 825 horsepower Chevrolet inboard motors with Merc Cruiser drives. This boat is owned and driven by Phil Mashinsky of Watchung, New Jersey. Bud Millinghausen is your navigator from Ship Bottom, New Jersey. And on throttles, we've got Jeff Millinghausen from Mount Holly, New Jersey. Yes, coming up behind KC Aerospace, we've got Lucky Strike, KC Aerospace going neck and neck, and in excess in the middle of your picture right there. Gentry Turbo Eagle, Team USA, Richie, you're already slightly out in front right now. Little Caesars Pizza also running very well. And that's in excess. Good looking paint job on that boat. We'll try to bring you a closer shot a little later on. That's KC Aerospace on the outside. Mashinsky and Millinghausen doing a fantastic job as they have all year in the Lucky Strike race team. Lucky Strike finished overall in 4th place on the national level. They've had some very good races. They did not start some, but they are a very competitive team, and we'll have to see what happens for them for the 1990 campaign. The Lucky Strike race team. Now we come up on boat number 96, the In Excess Race Team. This sleek 47-foot Apache is powered by three 850 horsepower C&G marine inboard motors with Kike for outdrives. This boat is owned and driven by John Garrett of Wayne, Pennsylvania. Bob Shattuck is your navigator, and Ralph Martin is a throttle man. The In Excess Race Team. Presently running very well right now. They're trailing Gentry's Turbo Eagle, Ritchie, Casey Aerospace are running neck and neck with. Little Caesar's Pizza's in the hunt. Don Johnson's Teams USA is slightly in the lead, and Lucky Strike is slightly ahead of them.